Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, the trial that has captured America's undivided attention. What is being said and who is accusing who of what? Find out in this episode of the Politics of HollyWeird. Hi, I'm Kelly Ballard, Liberty Nation's national correspondent and host of this show, The Politics of HollyWeird. Welcome to the show. It's been about 6 weeks since this trial began, and we've heard all kinds of mudslinging from both sides. Depp and Heard each claim to be the victim of the relationship, and both of them have had a slew of HollyWeird celebrities testify for them. This all started after Heard published a piece in a prominent Washington newspaper that painted a picture of abuse allegedly at the hands of Johnny Depp. And then Depp tried to sue the British tabloid The Sun for calling him a wife beater in 2020, but he lost that case. Now he feels that he has to go after Heard herself because, as he put it, my goal is the truth, because it killed me that all these people I had met over the years, that these people would think that I was a fraud. Heard's allegations have also cost him a lot of money, as well as the final role as Captain Jack Sparrow. He's suing for $50 million, while Amber is countersuing for $100 million. And folks, the court and us followers have heard a lot of dirty laundry being aired. But who is telling the truth, and who is massaging it to paint a better picture for themselves? Let's just look at some of the complaints the actors have thrown at each other over the course of this trial. Depp was the first to take the stand, and he talked about his childhood and his abusive mother. He said his mom would have him go to her purse and get her nerve pills to help calm her down, and that he started at a very young age, only 11 years old, taking these pills. And then he also claimed that Heard was both physically and emotionally abusive towards him. When asked why he didn't just leave her in the marriage and leave her, the actor said she would threaten to kill herself. She would say things like, "I can't live without you. I'm going to die." For Depp, this was hitting too close to home, bringing back memories of his childhood trauma. After his father walked out on his mother and him and his sister, his mother got depressed and attempted suicide. And what's this about Johnny Depp's severed finger? According to Depp, he was in Australia at the time filming the fifth in the series of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Meanwhile, Heard had been meeting with his lawyers to discuss post-nuptial agreement. She got upset over something, either something the lawyer said or whatever it was, and she went to Australia to confront Johnny about it. Depp said he locked himself in several different bathrooms and bedrooms in the house where he was staying, but she kept following him and banging on the doors and yelling at him. At that time, he was sober, he said, but all the stress caused him to go out and pour himself a drink of vodka. He claimed Miss Heard then started yelling at him for drinking and threw at first one bottle, which crashed on the floor, and then another, and that second bottle is the one that severed his middle right finger. At first, Depp claimed responsibility for the damage, and then he said he didn't want to name Amber because he did not want to get her in trouble. Heard now, she claims Depp is jealous and very paranoid, and that he kept accusing her of having several affairs, including with James Franco from Freaks and Geeks, Billy Bob Thornton, and Jim Sturgis. She also accused Depp of forcing her to perform oral sex when he was drunk or high and angry, and that she was afraid of him. In one of the recordings during the trial, Depp could be heard yelling and calling her names. And Johnny replied to that, saying, "If she was intimidated, why was she filming? If she was scared to death, why didn't she just leave?" And then there's the poop scoop. Did Amber really defecate on their bed? Depp said the incident happened after a fight they had had following her 30th birthday party. He had already mentioned leaving her before that. When he came home, he found the pile of poop on their bed. Now, Miss Heard, she said the mess was left by her dogs, but Johnny left and said that just didn't, nope, there's no way, that was not true. He said, she tried to blame the dogs. They're teacup Yorkies. They weigh about 4 pounds each. I lived with those dogs. I picked up their funk. It was not the dogs. More than 30 witnesses were called to stand to testify on the couple's behavior. Johnny was accused of abusing drugs and getting angry, sometimes throwing things in a fit of rage. Heard, she was also accused of much of the same, yelling, cursing, name-calling, on and on. So who's telling the truth? Apparently not even the professionals can agree when it comes to Miss Heard. Psychologist Shannon Curry said the psychological test that Miss Heard took showed she was associated with people who were full of rage and who were socially sophisticated. She said people who tested as Heard had tested tended to be self-indulgent and very self-centered, and that they could use manipulation tactics to try to get their needs met. They're very needy of attention, acceptance, and approval. Well, before the trial began, another psychologist diagnosed Heard with post-traumatic stress disorder, and she blamed that disorder on her relationship with Depp. Curry, though, said Heard did not have PTSD and that she even appeared to be grossly exaggerating her symptoms. The Depp-Heard trial has been widely popular, with fans taking sides of their favorites. But now the time is coming to an end as the trial draws to a close. Perhaps all of this courtroom drama will have at least one positive outcome and provide the actors with another jumpstart to their careers. After all, bad publicity is still good publicity, right? Well, that's it for this episode of HollyWeird. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to visit LibertyNation.com for more episodes and intriguing stories from our LN staff, as well as my weekly HollyWeird column. Until next time.